What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Chris. Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new here, I appreciate you stopping by. My name is Chris Abaleta, and I am a creative based out of Orlando, Florida. I'm a musician first and foremost, and I've been audio engineering and producing music for over 10 years. But I also run a creative media business, filming music videos and doing photography as well. This channel is all about music and combining my love for that with my other passions so that I can share who I am with you all. Whether that's through covers, tutorials, originals, music videos, anything that I do that has to do with music, that is what this channel is all about. So if you can just take 2 seconds to quickly like this video down below, that'd be really awesome. I'd really appreciate it. And if you hate this video after watching it, feel free definitely to remove that like. I definitely won't mind. That being said, today is Tuesday, which means it is officially Tutorial Tuesday, where I show you music making tips and tricks in just 10 minutes or less. So click here if you want to see my latest video on how to make lo-fi beats in just 10 minutes. Now today is just going to be a really quick one. Today I'm going to show you how you can use templates in your DAW to get started making music faster anytime you open up a project. But really quick, as a fashion head, I just need to shout out one of my favorite brands, which is Cuts Clothing. The reason I love Cuts is because not only does it check all of my boxes when it comes to style, comfort, and fit, they are also intentional as a brand when it comes to building community, which I absolutely love. With so much direct social interaction with us as customers, they really take the time to listen to what the consumers are looking for in the pieces themselves. But not only that, it has also connected me with so many creators and like-minded individuals that consistently work on their craft and push me to do the same. But again, I emphasize that at the end of the day, what matters most is that their pieces are full of quality and versatility, from dressing up to dressing down, and are especially perfect for that summer heat when you're looking for something comfortable. This is the Universal Crew in the Adobe colorway, but can I just mention that they also just released their brand new Cuts women's line as well. So if you want to try them out for 15% off your first order, go ahead and use my code right here, HopsAbaleta, for 15% off, or click the link down in the description and the code will be automatically applied at checkout. But all right, now let's put the timer on and get back to the video. All right, first things first, there are always two schools of thoughts when it comes to templates, all right? One side is that it kills creativity by just simply doing things over and over again, mindlessly and very cookie cutter like, which essentially is the antithesis of creativity, which I totally agree with. However, the other side of that is if either you're lazy or you just really have a lot of difficulty when it comes to getting your creative juices flowing, like myself, it can be extremely helpful to just have a baseline template just to get you started and just to get something down somewhere. Because starting is always the hardest, especially if you're a beginner. My thought process is that it's always better just to get an idea down that may either turn into something great or may inspire you later on to create something fresh and new, versus spending 30 minutes just setting up the project, scrolling through plugins, scrolling through presets. So anything to remove all of the obstacles or excuses, because creative block is a real thing. Any excuse to procrastinate usually will show up when you are experiencing that creative block. It's just like when YouTubers talk about having their YouTube studio set up, all of their gear is ready to go so that when they are ready to film and record a video, all they have to do is sit down, press record, turn on their lights, and get going and focus on the content that they're making that day, versus spending the first 30 minutes to an hour setting up all their gear every single time, which could be a huge pain the more and more projects you continue to work on. The goal here is just to remove any type of obstacle to allow you to just focus on making music. Okay, so now I'm going to open up my new project template and kind of go over how I have it set up, what plugins and instruments I have loaded in already, and how you can save it in Logic. But you can do this in any other DAW. All right, so all you need to do to get started is just go to your DAW, find where you can open a new template. This is how you do it in Logic. And all of your templates are here. This is my new track template, which I usually just use anytime I'm creating a new project, whether it's a cover, an original, anything like that, I start with this as my backbone. You can dial in the parameters here, or you can change the key and the tempo after you open up the project. But for now, I'm just going to leave it just like this. Choose that, open it up. And again, you can do this in any other DAW. But just really quickly, I just want to go through some of my favorite plugins, top to bottom. Captain Chords is what I have loaded in. And as you can see, just really quick, I have everything color coded and labeled, so I know exactly where everything is, and my go-tos are usually towards the top. And so Captain Chords is a great plugin, especially if you are not that great at music theory and you have trouble finding different chord progressions. Captain Chords and the whole Captain suite is super innovative in helping you just get started making music faster. So for example, if I'm in the A minor scale, all of these chords that they show are within that scale, and I can just quickly mess around and try to find a chord progression that works, and it will work in that key. So as you can see, that took literally like 3 seconds. It gave me a nice 4-chord progression that I can work with and just kind of build off of. And I can change the sound of it as well, or I can just pull the MIDI out by dragging this. And if I want to use it in a different instrument, I just do that, and boom, I have those chords in MIDI, and I can use it in any instrument that I want. For example, this one, which I'll get to in a second, but real quick. So as you can see, it's super versatile and innovative. I just made a chord progression without even having to play any keys or write them in with my mouse. I just clicked some plus buttons, gave me a chord progression, and I'm already working. That's what Captain Chords does. I have Captain Melody here as well, so this kind of integrates with Captain Chords to give you a top line melody and give you ideas based on that as it relates to whatever chord progression you have. And you don't have to use it in conjunction with Captain Chords, but it's really, really cool that you can connect. Right here it says you can connect to Captain Chords, so you can see the melody in context with your chord progression, so that they kind of make sense together. Now moving on to Serum. Serum by Xfer, whatever it's called. Serum is my favorite synth by far. I have a bunch of different Serum packs here, and then they have their native packs as well, but this is my go-to synth for any type of EDM music that I'm trying to make, or just hyper pop, that kind of thing. I just love all of their different parameters and everything that you can get by using Serum. And then I have Arcade, which is another one of my top 3 favorite plugins. Now Arcade is a super, super fun plugin. Arcade by Output. Everything is connected via cloud, and they essentially upload different sample packs and different what they call note kits every day, and they're always creating different sounds. So if you just need a quick sample, you can literally go through all these different parameters and look for what you want, and then they kind of just give you different packs that go along with that description. That my favorite one is Hooked. This is all of their vocal sample packs, a lot of them at least.
Out all night, yeah, I can't keep it in. No, 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 it's all that I have.
So once you download the kit, they have a lot of these essentially split up already as samples.
Ooh, oh, you and I need you.
Just like that. And now they also added note kits. So note kits allow you to not just play samples, but you can play everything as an instrument. Okay, So you can connect your MIDI keyboard, and if you know how to play the keys, or if you just know what keys you want to play, you can basically play them like this. Just like a regular keyboard. And so Arcade is definitely one of my top 3 favorite plugins for creativity. And if you want to try it for 30 days free, I have a link in the description so that you can do that. But quickly, just going to gloss over the rest. The Gentleman is my favorite piano plugin by Native Instruments. I have the Drum Machine Designer set up in here that's native to Logic, and that's so I can just quickly get any type of drum pattern in depending on the beat that I'm making that day. And if I want to change the sound later, you can simply just drag over a different sample and you can just kind of quickly replace. All right. I have a Machine Micro, and if you've ever used Machine in conjunction with your DAW, especially Logic, it is a pain in the ass to integrate, so I have it all set up and routed should I ever want to kind of set that up and be hands-on with the beats that I'm making. I have a quick sampler here that's also native to Logic. I have another synth, Alchemy, that's native to Logic that I really enjoy to use if I'm not using Serum. I have another sampler that's native to Logic in here. And as for the rest, if I'm just dragging over audio files, this is for any type of samples. I can just throw them in here. It's pretty much just an empty track that I don't have to come here, hit plus, hit this, and make another one. I can just quickly drag it over to this track, and then I can Command D, duplicate if I need more. If I'm in a recording session, either with an artist or with myself, I like to have a little bit of reverb so I can get in the vibes and just hear myself with reverb as I'm recording. Or I know a lot of artists like to hear that kind of effect as they're recording as well. So it's not just dry vocals. So I have a pretty much empty channel strip here set for if I want to record vocals, but it's routed out to give some reverb so that when they're recording they can hear that. And then just for a quick check, this is by no means something I do on the regular where I just drag and drop. I have a vocal mix template here so that I can just simply record any type of line or any song, and then once that section is done, just to see how it sounds in context with the mix and just to improve the vibes and get the creativity going, I can just drag that down to my mix here. And then it has most of my go-to effects and plugins in terms of mixing for vocals so that it can sound more like what the real song would sound like after I'm done recording and when I get into the actual mix of the project. So I have my auto-tune, EQ compression, more EQ, some de-essing, and then routed automatically are my reverbs. Then I have my parallel compression and then some delay if I'm going to use delay. And that's it. That's all of my go-to plugins, and that's kind of how I like to set up my template just to get started with an idea as fast as possible. I don't always use all of these tracks. When I don't use them, I just delete them in the project, and you know, you can literally set this up however you want, whether it's a software instrument, audio, you just input the track, you can color it however you want, you can name it however you want, and you can just add whatever plugins that you want. And it's super simple and very useful. And then all you have to do is go File, Save as Template, and name it whatever you wish. All right, that's it. I told you it was really quick. Again, for me, it's all about what can I do just to get started as fast as possible, because I know myself and I know that I will spend 30 minutes just going through different plugins, setting up the project just to feel like I'm being productive, but I know I'm just procrastinating because of creative block. So I hope you learned something useful today, and if you did and you like this kind of content and you want to see more of it, please hit that subscribe button down below. Other than that, until next time, it's your boy Chris. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.